everybody, it's Doug, back for our next episode of Vindication, where we're going to actually get on with our gameplay. Super excited about this. I did forget to do one thing, which was draw a companion card over here. No, this is done. Okay, we are good to go. I think we're rocking it out. Let's start the purple player. I'm not going to name them. You know, I normally name things and do crazy stuff like that. I'm not going to name them, but I will remind you that all the players have a secret objective plus that will help them benefit in regards to their honor at the end of the game. Plus they also have this. Now, in the game, I think you're supposed to, when you get a companion, you're supposed to increase the honor up by 2, but I'm like, we can do that, so we'll just put it up by 2. That gives it a little easier to get to that 25 mark, since they're starting at 15, which is right down here. But, I don't know, seems like a bit of a cheat, but I guess that way you track all of your honor, no matter where it comes from. Remember what we have to do. We can gain when 2 proficiencies more than the number of players, which would be 5, have been acquired. The next round becomes the final round. These are our end game. I'm just giving you a quick reminder, because you never know when they're going to get triggered. When one player controls 4 regions more than each other player, the next round becomes the final round. Boom, there you go. Not likely to happen soon, anyway. So the first person to go is going to be the purple player, which is in space 1 right here. Now remember, just as a quick refresher, we get 3 major actions that we take. We move, we activate, we visit, or rest. Now, you always have to move 1. So I think we're going to move 2, though. So we're going to take that move first. And we're going to take our purple player, the sorceress, whatever her name is. She's wretched, but we know that. We're going to go 1, 2 to right there. Now, why did I do that? Because that's going to allow us to draw 2 tiles and see what pops up. Oh, and I just spilled the tiles everywhere, so hold on just a second. So I'm glad that happened at the beginning of the game before we started moving our cubes around. I picked up the bag upside down. That's kind of funny. What a dummy. Anyway, we're going to get out our 2 tiles and see what we get. Now, when we place tiles, it really doesn't matter which side we place them on. If it's something I'm really interested in, I might want to put it, or something I think might be get landed on, I might want to put it away. So we got a monastery. I will put that right here. And what does the monastery do? Well, for the cost of, I got to remember exactly. As I get better at this, I will remember what they all do. But it's pretty basic. For the cost of 1 knowledge, you get to do something, right? We'll see what those are. So we'll look at the base tiles first and see. Okay, I always have to find things, so hold on. Oh, I don't know why I'm looking in the book. It's right here, right? Okay, so the monastery, it says use 1 knowledge to augment 1 power, can be repeated. So that allows us to use knowledge tokens to augment our powers, which means move potential power into influence and influence into conviction. So that's good, but we still have to draw yet 1 more tile out. So let's get that out. We got a monastery out, and let's see what else we get. I'm trying to see if we get something interesting. Oh, another monastery. That's weird. I don't like that. Okay, I did dig through there, so that's the way it goes. Those are 2 monasteries right there. They're right next to each other. They're competing. The monks come and fight each other every day. Now, I have some choices. I can activate. I have 2 things left I can do. I can visit or rest, so I can visit one of these locations. Or I can rest, which would allow me to augment a power. So, what do I want to do? Well, I do have a knowledge. I can use that knowledge point to augment a power. And let's see, what do we want to do? I'm not interested in controlling either of those specifically. I might control 1 just because it's got a cool power. People might want to use it. I don't know, but the problem when you do that is you have to use your conviction first off, which is a rare resource, and you don't get the cube back. You can pull it back and take your control off it, but I don't think she's going to control any of those. It's a free, I mean, it's a bonus action, but what will she do? Well, we got a couple things. I'm not too thrilled with the inn is not important to us right now, so I think we're going to rest, actually. She's going to take this opportunity to rest, which means I believe what we'll do is we will take 1 of our potential and put it in our influence. And then let's take a look at our card. I can activate her, which I probably will do, not for this ability necessarily, but to gain the 2 knowledge. That might be helpful. So we can do that. We can activate her for 1. That's going to put 1 cube on her. And let me think about this. I don't know if I want to do that. I just need to think about it. I chose to do it. So we're going to activate her with, we put one influence cube on her, and we take 2 more, and we put them in knowledge. So we built up a pretty good knowledge base right there. And remember that we want to take these proficiencies. Now, what do proficiencies do exactly? I showed you the tokens, but what do they do? Well, when we spend 3 cubes from that space, we can take a proficiency, and that acts as if we have 2 extra blue cards for the purposes of endgame scoring. So that would help us to get that tile faster. Now remember, there's only 2 of those tiles over there, so getting one of those cards is not necessarily a bad thing. So we have done everything. We have moved, we have rested or visited. We chose to rest, and we activated our companion. And that was Zin, Wind in the Trees. She's a very smart lady. She helped us out a lot, but we really didn't gain anything from that. I can, however, use knowledge next time. I could have used, well, it needs 2, and I only had 1, to gain that ability. So that the Ancient Tomb does something cool, I'm sure. Use 2 Wisdom to attain a trait. And traits are special things, augments right here. Here's a trait right here. You always know, I'm not going to show you the card, but you always know by the back of that symbol right there. It shows it right there. That's pretty cool. All right, but that was her turn. And I don't know if that's a good first turn or not, but we can go along with that and see what happens. I could right now gain a proficiency, actually. It is a bonus action, and I'm almost tempted to do it. The reason being is because, well, 1, it's one of the endgame scoring conditions, and 2, it gives you victory points. Huh. Plus, yeah, I don't know. You know, in hindsight, I think this is a good idea. So we're going to do it before she ends her turn. So we're going to take back 2 of her cubes. We'll simply go into her her influence pool, but that means we have 2 less knowledge traits right now. And we're going to gain this. Now, that 2 means that we can turn it back in at any time if we need 2 knowledge. But it costs us 3 to get 2, so it's not very good. You really do want to keep these to the end of the game, and again, they help you with endgame scoring. So that was her turn. Next up, we're going to go to the green player, who is also going to move. I need to look at the green player's secret quest. Let me do that. Remember, you don't have to move first. You can move second. Oh, okay. Yeah. I think I know what I would like to do with her. Let me think about this. And I'm going to determine what we're going to do with that character and come right back. So there's really nothing that she would like to activate here. So I think what we're going to do, I'm saying she because the character art is a she. He, she, doesn't really matter. It's just a player. I think we're just going to move. I think we're going to move 2. We're going to move 1, 2 to there. Can't do anything with the command post right now, which is going to put out 2 more tiles. They're coming out quick, fast, and furious. Remember, you always have to move. So I'm digging in here trying to get something unique and different. Arcane Tower. So we have an Arcane Tower right here. And that is going, again, that allows us to spend 2 vision to gain a relic. Yeah. And let's see, what else? I'm trying to dig another one out of here. Let's see what we get. Okay, and a fort. Now the fort is pretty good. It just gives us 2 strength. Let me visit it. That's fine. And I think, actually, that's what we're going to do. I mean, it's not specifically helpful to us right now, but it gives us, it's better than just rest. Well, it's not better than resting. We could do that, but I think we will then visit. So we're going to visit this location here as part of our action. We're going to take 2 of our cubes. No, wrong one. Wrong player. I need green cubes. We're going to take 2 of our green cubes and from influence and put them on strength. That gives us 3 strength tiles right there, which may help us to go after. We could get companions later on, all that good stuff. But it doesn't hurt to have this stuff because remember, we can combine them into courage and vision, and I do like the idea of getting relics, and there is a way to get relics right now at the Arcane Tower. So we could, as so you can do the how do you, I gotta remember if it's a free action to do. I think it is. Recover influence. Nope, we don't want to do that. Control region. Does she want to control anything? You know, I do think that these are worth controlling, so I think she is going to spend one more influence right here to to take over the fort. Yeah, take over the fort. So she now is in command of the fort. We have controlled that, and that will be helpful later on. Okay, so we did that. We did our move. We did our visit. Now we can activate. And I think I just turned some stuff off. So hold on. Good old me turning stuff off here. And let's see. I'm gonna have to plug something in. Hold on. I'm just a wreck today, guys. I'm knocking stuff over. I'm turning lights off. It's just crazy. All right. Well, anyway, what we're thinking about. I still have to activate his companion. Now, the companion doesn't do much for us right now. This particular companion says defeating monsters cost you blah. Well, meh. You know, we can't defeat a monster right now because we don't have the ability to do that. We have to find the tile that allows us to defeat monsters. It is in here. So we could activate ourselves, though, and I think we're going to do that. So when you activate yourself, it just means you can move one of your cubes into one of these things. So we're going to take one more cube. She's really running out of influence, so she's going to have to do something about that soon. And we're going to place it in inspiration. So she now has 2 inspiration. Now why are we doing that? Well, we'll see. Just a reminder, this was a conviction, so the green player actually only has 1 open conviction right now. So next turn we may not move, we may just rest there and build up some stuff, but getting a relic would be interesting, and we do not have the ability to do that. We have strength, so we'll see. We'll see how things go. Yeah, okay. Let me think. What's the last thing we can do? Well, we can convert 2 resources into 1, and I'm thinking... Nah, I think we're going to wait on that. We're not going to do that yet. Even though I have this strength, we know what we can do. Let's do this. I don't know how this is going to benefit us yet. We'll see. But we're just for the sake of doing it, we're going to take these 2 cubes here and convert them into 1 vision cube. And that will go back into the influence pool for the green player. And that's how that works. And for the sake of discussion, those are called heroic attributes. The vision, wisdom, and courage are heroic attributes. Common attributes are knowledge, strength, and inspiration. And that is really going to end the second player's turn. So we've got some movement going on, we've got some things going on, and now it comes down to us. So let's take a look at what we have as our thing. We want to be able to control the gaping maw, which means we need to be able to find it, and then defeat 3 enemy monsters. That's our special condition. Now, it doesn't make the end. That doesn't mark the end of the game. That just gives us bonus honor at the end of the game. Oh, also, I got to remember to do these things too. We didn't do anything with the other players that were going to gain them any bonus honor, but we did with her because she influenced or took control of the fort, which means the green player actually is 2 more up on us on the honor track. And, you know, it always tells you that you get that stuff. You just got to look at the tiles. It says that. So, anyway, we got 2 more honor for her. So, she's getting close to 25. I remember it's 25. And all of our cubes moved from potential to something else to become not wretched any longer. So that means we've vindicated ourselves and gained honor back. But we're going to move on to our character. So, I think the first thing that we're going to do to start with is we're going to go 1, 2 to here. That's really the best move we've got, and it seems like everybody's shifting around the board. We're going to draw out a random tile. Let's see if I'm going to try and get one from a different spot. Let's see what we get. We get another inn. So again, the inn allows us to take cubes off of our companions. We really haven't done that, so that's not a huge thing for us. And then I think what we'll do for that was our move. That's the only move we're going to make. Now remember, I could have acted before I moved, but I really wanted to see what that was before I chose to do anything else. So we could activate our companion. Let's take a look at his companion. We can return 3 influence from Hira and Gan to your influence roll sphere. Roll the white attribute die. So that means we can, if we have influence, we can return it back. This is an interesting character, so they get to give us back influence without becoming bad. And we just roll the attribute die, which gives us a free random resource. That's kind of interesting, but we're not going to do that now because we haven't influenced her. We could use this to input 2 into knowledge. Do we care about that right now? I don't think so. So we're not going to do that. I think we're going to activate ourselves. No. Let's do this first. We're going to visit the fort. Now, unfortunately, that means that the green player who controls the fort is going to gain 2 more honor, because that's what happens when you visit a location owned by somebody else. But we really, really want that strength, so we're going to take 2 cubes from there and put them in strength right here. Alright, that is that. Now let's see, what else can we do? I think, so we visited locations, we can't rest. We still have the ability to activate us or someone else, and I think we will. I like the idea of getting some courage, so let's do this. We're going to activate ourselves right here and gain a inspiration. And that'll allow us to combine 2. So we're going to take 1 out of our influence pool. We're going to do that to combine 2 here. And then as a final action, I'm going to take 1 from here, 1 from here, 1 from strength rather. And we're going to gain a courage. This one goes back to our influence pool. All right. Wow, that's good. That's it. That was it. We're exploring like crazy. That was a full round. Nothing else happens. The other folks got to do some stuff to catch up. You know, before I end, I could take control of something. You know, these ends are going to be important. So I think he is also going to spend a conviction. We are, rather, spend a conviction to take control of the inn. And that gives us 2 additional honor. So that's pretty good. I think that was a good move. Okay, let's continue on. All right, now we're back around to the purple player. Now the purple player is really wanting to continue to explore, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, purple, pump. Yeah. Okay, what we're going to do here is, I think for now we're going to move to, we're going to move 1, well, let's see, 1, 2, no, we're going to move to here, right there. So she moves there, and she is going to draw out 2 more tiles. We'll see what we get. Let's see. First one is a shrine. That's another good one. It allows us to get a random resource. And then the next one is another fort, and they're right next to each other, of course. So that's kind of weird. So now we spent that influence cube to influence the fort. Now someone can just go to the other one, which is right next door, and not pay that. So I have a choice of probably pulling that off of there. I'll lose the honor. But it might be better to put it on the shrine instead. It could just be a wash. So I think we can't do 2. We can use 1 conviction. Oh yeah, remember it's conviction. So we'd pull that off. It wouldn't go back to conviction. It would just go back to recover blocks to your influence sphere from anywhere except potential. So if I do pull that after spending a conviction to do it, it would go back into my influence pool. Do I want to visit the shrine? Now, what does the shrine do? Well, the shrine is really simple. It allows you to, you can spend a, that's the one like the inn, I believe. Let's look at what these do since they're coming up. The shrine. Use 1 inspiration to return 2 influence from a companion. Okay, that's the one that returns from the companion. I think I'm mistaking the inn here. Use Use 2 inspiration, knowledge or strength to add a companion of that color. So that's how you gain companions. So that's pretty good. We might do that with our character in the red, because we like red things, things that fight, right? So that's what we're kind of targeting on. And that's why we have the extra strength. So we could definitely use the inn next turn, perhaps. We'll see. All right. We took control of this shrine, which means I don't know if it'll get used. The other one's kind of far away, so that's not such a bad move. We'll keep it there for now. But so far we moved and we exposed 2 tiles, right, with the purple player. Now what else is the purple player going to do? Well, we can choose to rest or visit. We can choose to activate one of these tiles. I still don't, there's really not much. I mean, the monastery, we could activate one of the monasteries. Use 1 knowledge to augment a power, can be repeated. So we lose a knowledge out of our pool. That goes back to our influence, and then we augment a power. And we only have 1 in knowledge right now, so that's not that helpful. I don't think we'll do that. I think we'll just we're going to rest again. I think. Let me think. Yeah, we're going to rest again. Yeah. So she's going to rest instead of visit location. And we're going to get one of those out into our influence pool right there. And that's that. So we've done our move and our visit. Now we can do our activation. We're going to activate ourselves, I believe. In this case, she's going to activate herself, not her companion. And that allows her to gain a basic trait. So we're going to put this on knowledge. So she did 1 on knowledge, and she's got 1 on strength. And as a bonus action, she's going to deplete her strength, take 1 more from knowledge, and add a vision. This cube will then go back to her influence pool. So that was a bonus action. Do we want to do anything else with a bonus action? We could use a conviction to control a location. I don't think there's any value in controlling the other fort, really. We could control a monastery. Those are pretty neat. We could control a shrine. Let's do that. I think, okay, so she's going to take control by spending a conviction as a bonus action. She will take control of the shrine, which will give her 2 points of honor. We're getting there. We're heading toward 25, but nobody else is really clearing out their potential pools yet. That was the purple player. Now we're going on to the green player. That's basically the end of her turn. That's all she wants to do. Okay, the green player is going to start by... now remember, we could do these in other orders, right? The green player is going to start with, I think, moving. Again, even though we could choose not to do that, we're going to move. We're going to go 1, 2 over to here and expose another tile. It looks like she might be looking for something, but it's hard to say. We'll see what we get here. We get a library, which allows her to increase knowledge. So there's 2 libraries there. But I don't know that she wants to do that right now. I think what we're going to do is... so next up, she's going to activate herself to take an influence and put it in inspiration. Then she's going to spend all of that inspiration to take one of these tiles. So there's 2 of those tiles already off the board. So she's got that, and then these 3 cubes go back into her influence pool. Let's see, what else does she want to do? So she moved, and basically everything else was a bonus action. She hasn't done her... Well, she activated herself, so she's got that so she can visit or rest. I think she's going to rest. She will take 1 of her influence cubes and put it back in conviction, and that'll be the end of her turn. So she rested, which allowed her to augment a power. And now it's down to us here. I believe that we are going to... the ends are really spread across the board. It's pretty good, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to first visit. So we're going to visit the inn right here, and we're going to spend 2 red cubes to gain a red companion. So I'll take a look at the one that's up there right now. So these 2 go back to our influence pool, and the red companion that's up right now may not be the one we take, but let's take a look. So again, when we activate him, it gives us 2 strength. It's going to give us 4 points just to take him, and it says when Yaknug joins you, your party gains 1 strength. So we're going to gain 1 courage, rather. Not strength. That's strength. This is courage. So that's pretty neat. I think that might be worth it. So our choices are we take him or we take 1 at random, because I don't want to spend a conviction. I could spend a conviction to take 1 at random. Or actually, I'm sorry, we could take him or take 1 at random, or spend a conviction to take 3 cards off the top of the companion deck and compare them and take the one we want. But I think we're good with Yog, whatever his name is, Yak No, the Sharpened Mind, Guru of War. So we're going to take the Guru of War, and that means that we automatically gain another courage, which is pretty cool. Now our influence pool is still pretty strong. And we haven't, so we've activated, but we haven't moved or visited yet. So we activated that. We gained Yog No, the Sharpened Mind. No, we haven't done it. All we've done is pick that guy up, right? Yeah, I just spent 2. That's all I did, because I haven't done any activations of characters. So I think what we can do with him is, also that gains us 4, by the way, points. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4. That was very helpful to gain that extra companion. Plus, you also want to have multiple companions when there is a fight going on, because they can die. And if you don't have any conviction when they go into the fight, you can't prevent that. So there is a risk. You always win, but they could die in the meantime fighting the bad guy. All right, so that was our first thing we did. We visited the inn. I think we'll do, what we're going to do is we're going to spend our last conviction to actually take control of the inn, as well, which gives us an additional 2 points. 1, 2, and the reason I did that is because the ends are really far away from each other, and all the players are crossing the board. If they want to get more companions, it might be easier to get to that end than the other one. So that's why he chose to do that, and he got 2 more honor for it. That was a bonus action, so we can still move and activate a character. So I think we will move. Where will we move to? Let's move 1, 2 to here, and we're going to explore that upper tile there. Why not? See what we get there. Boom, what do we get? Oh, look! Oh, we found it, the Gaping Maw. Perfect, perfect. So we kind of know what we can do next turn. We can start to get our... Remember, we have to try and defeat 3 monsters there. So I think for our activation, we are going to activate Yak No, the Sharpened Mind. To do that, we need to take an influence from him, but that's going to give us 2 strength. So that's pretty good, because we need that to fight critters. All right. Now, if I had some conviction, I got to make sure we rest next... Actually, we're going to have to rest next turn so we get conviction. I don't want to lose any of our companions, because we also lose, honor when that happens. So that's not good. Okay, that is going to be the end of our turn. I think I'll do one more round. The board is coming together. We're starting to see a lot of things, and that's pretty cool. So we're going to get back around to the first player's turn. We always know the first player because you got this person, I can't remember her name, some scholar that marks us as the first player. So let's go back around and take the purple player's turn. By the way, if you do see that I'm making any errors, please let me know, but I think we're doing okay so far. Okay, this is going to be an interesting turn for the purple player. So the purple player's first action is going to be to actually visit the fort there. Yeah, the fort. You're going, you haven't been looking at strength, but that's okay. So we're going to take 2 influence from our influence board, and we're going to put them in strength for the purple player. So the purple player now has 2 strength. Okay. Then we are going to, let's see. I don't know that I want to... Well, we have to move 1, right? So I think what we will do is we will move 1. We're going to move here. Yeah, we're not exploring. Isn't that interesting? And we'll hang out there. And then for our last action, I think we're going to burn a conviction. Well, for a bonus action, rather. We're going to burn a conviction to do that. Now, we have a couple things we can do. We have a bunch of bonus actions. We have... I could influence our person again, yeah, let's do that. We're close enough to a shrine that we can, which we control, by the way, so we don't have to spend extra on it. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to influence our follower to give us an additional 2 knowledge, so we're getting a little light on influence there. That puts us at 3 knowledge. We already have one of those tokens. We can't take 2, but that's not what I want it for. And then for another bonus action, we are going to take a strength and a knowledge off the board. We're going to use one of those as vision, and we'll take the other one back to our influence pool. So now we have 2 vision. What are we going to do with that? Who knows? We'll see. That is the end of the purple player's turn. Good job, purple player. Now we're going to go on to the green player, and let me think about them for a moment. Okay, the green player is looking for something. So what we see here is the green player is going to go move first. 1, 2. That's going to expose 2 tiles there. Let's see what we get there for them. We're getting pretty close to emptying out the bag here. What do we get? Another inn, Ba. Not really what I was looking for. Well, maybe that could be helpful. And the Academy. Now the Academy, I got to remember to make sure these are flipped. Hold on, I got to go double check something. These are not supposed to be on this fortified side, even though they don't really do anything differently. Just got to double check and make sure. Yeah, I'm putting some on the wrong sides. Again, it doesn't change what these do at all, but it'll help play the game right. Want to make it right. Want to make it right. So we're going to make sure. Seems like I'm putting them all on the wrong side, but again, it doesn't matter. Oh, wait, who's this? This was this one, right? Yeah. Okay. We're going to keep flipping these over until we get them all right. Wow, I really was flipping them all wrong. That's interesting. So there's one of the add-ons. This has an impact. These extra circles on one of the add-ons, but it doesn't matter right now. Okay, there we go. All said and done. I just got to pay attention to that as we go forward. So those are the 2 things. Now, what does the Academy do? Let's take a look at the Academy. The Academy is going to says roll the attribute die, then roll again if you did not already have that attribute. Okay, well, there's that's not going to happen because we have an attribute in everything but well, we could do that. Could do that. Does she want to visit that or the library? I don't know. Either way, I'm not thrilled with that. Well, actually, yeah. Okay, let's do this. We're going to do that. We're going to visit the academy. We're going to roll a dice. So this could get us 1 or 2 attributes. So we're going to roll this. Or I could rest. No, she's fine. Okay, we're going to do that. That is going to be inspiration. Awesome. Well, guess what? We don't have any inspiration. So that means that we get to... get a point of inspiration, and then we're going to get to roll that die again. So let's do it. Let's roll this die again and see what we get. That is inspiration again. That is not a terrible thing for her. Okay, 2 inspirations for the green player. And so we have moved, we have visited, we can activate. I think we're pretty close to the menagerie, or the maw, where we can fight monsters, and we do have a companion for that. But I think she's just going to activate herself. And that will put another influence cube. I believe we're going to put influence cube in, let's see. We'll put another one in inspiration, actually. No, we'll put it in knowledge. There, influence cube in knowledge. So we got 3 traits out on the board this turn. That was pretty good. They're starting to stockpile up, so people are going to need to spend them, but we will spend them for sure. All right, that is going to end the green player's turn. There's really nothing else that they can or want to do. They don't want to take control of anything. She does have 2 vindication. She could take control of that library or the academy. There is only 1 academy, I think. That might be worth it. How many people would be visiting the academy? Plus, it would give us 2 points. I think she'll do that. She's going to spend a conviction to influence the academy. That's pretty good. Okay, well, now we have that, and gives the green player 2 more points. Catching up to us. Uh-oh. Okay. All right, this will be the last turn of this episode, so we're going to take our turn. We got the gaping maw already. We have the strength. We don't have the conviction, so I'm concerned about putting... Now, I don't know how many chances. I think there's 2 chances to die on our companion. I'm a little worried about that. And what does the monster give? Oh, I forgot to reveal companion there. Okay. What does the monster give us? Yeah, it says at the end of the game, gain 1 honor for every 2 influence in your influence sphere. Well, that's not good because we burn them all, right? But it's worth 5 points when we kill him. That's worthwhile. Okay, let's see. I think this turn... Yeah, this turn we will... Here's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to rest. We're going to rest, and we're going to... that allows us to augment a power. So that allows us to put 1 in conviction. I don't want to lose the companion. There's a risk, so I don't want to do that. Then we'll activate. We didn't touch a spot. We're going to have to move 1. I know we're going to move already. We can't activate anything, so we're going to or we can't visit a building. So we're going to activate our other companion for 1 more influence, which... Wait. Yeah, I'll get some back. I will get some back in a moment, I believe. Yeah, okay, next turn. So we'll do that. We'll take 2 influence then and put them in knowledge. Is that worth it? I'm not sure yet, but we're going to try and get some heroic attributes built here. Okay, so, and on that note, so we will then, before the end of our turn, we're going to take our 1 inspiration and 1 of our knowledge and create a wisdom, and I'll put that back into our influence pool, so we have 1 left in influence. And that is, I think that's going to be the end of our turn. No, we have to move. We have to move. So we're going to move right there, and that's where we're going to stop. Now, players can't occupy the same space, but they can pass through each other. There's no penalty for doing that. And so I think, look, we got most of the board built out. We're running around doing stuff. Who knows what the other guys are doing. We're trying to get to the point where we're able to fight a bunch of monsters, because that's our bonus, and we're almost there and ready to go. So, of course, I probably threw the other players off from that by trying to build up some wisdom. There was no specific point to that other than to have it. Because we can gain a trait, and these traits are pretty good, like gallantry. When you defeat a monster or gain control of an opponent's map region, gain 2. So we might want to do this. Where's the place where we can gain traits? What is that? Is that the ancient tomb? It is. That's pretty darn far away. Maybe we do that before we kill all the monsters. I just don't... We can get over there. It's just going to take some time. I mean, we can hustle on over there. That's for sure. I can't... I don't want to spend the conviction of the gaping maw, because we're going to fight that monster first. Then maybe I'll start moving back that way to gain the trait. That's a pretty good trait over there. But we have to have 2 wisdom. We can actually accomplish that. That's not a terrible thing for us. So let's continue on. Guys, that's going to be the end of this episode. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Vindication. Sorry for the weird... I stepped on a... What I did to turn everything off was I stepped on my power strip. So and I hit the button. It was behind me as I'm filming to power my diffused lighting. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying this, and I hope you're also enjoying the Remnant, which is a video game that I'm playing on the channel as well. But this is our board game for now. And so thanks, guys. I'll talk to you in the next episode, and hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Take care.